Alors, on va prendre un petit shoot de Spirit of India. Vous savez que l'Inde est évidemment l'un des marchés qui se développe le plus, et pas seulement un marché, mais aussi un marché de création avec la marque Sonam Ketan, qui est représentée par sa créatrice et également par Jean-Sébastien Stelly, qui est l'associé et managing director de la marque. Bienvenue à vous. Welcome. On va parler en anglais si ça ne dérange personne. Jean-Sébastien and Sonam, you work together in India.
In India and Paris.
And in Paris. And how did you meet too? Because you cannot be more different than you are.
How did we meet?
At a cocktail.
We met at a cocktail party.
Which was about Erwin Olaf, the photographer.
Yes. I just came back from India. I had been in a monastery with the Dalai Lama, and I went to a cocktail, and I met Sonam, who's from Bangalore, and that's how we started being friends and decided to work together.
So why did you create this special brand? You had some values that you wanted to express with your brand. So can you detail those values? Because people want to know what value makes success.
The brand at the beginning was created from on the basis of care. Growing up in I was born in Rajasthan. It's a land of palaces and deserts and lakes. And
yeah, we want to go there.
and it shaped my sense of color, my aesthetic, my values, and my connection to the natural world. And in August of 2019, there were the big fires. It's the time when I was thinking, why do we need another fashion brand after studying fashion? And when I came across the map, satellite map of the Amazon forest where it plotted all the fires, I was so moved by that I knew that I had to tell this story through my garments, and this is how the whole brand started.
Yes, since 2022, every collection that you showed was about an ecological event or theme.
Yes, a theme. We do research for every collection. We do research with scientists, or I do the research. I was a journalist. The memory of oceans, the loss of silence, the importance of fog that's also disappearing. So we do this deep research, and then Sonam, and we work with artists as well, and then Sonam starts working, and maybe with, to define what sort of fibers, fabrics we're going to be using, what sort of dyes.
So this is from one of the first collections where, because of the fires, how do we regenerate? So that's when I understood the importance of insects, and this is what I wanted to talk about. And also, how can I do that just beyond the stories? I live in India, I am from India, and there's a diverse culture of craftsmanship everywhere you go, and I had traveled India around that, and it gives you a sense of wonder to understand and to see these craftspeople who are custodians of ancient knowledge since generations. So,
India has a huge textile culture.
Yeah, and beyond the story, it was also about going in depth with the material that we used, and also how was it in relationship to the people we worked with.
And you're not, you don't have an industrial way of thinking. You're more like no stocks, only orders, and you work like that. So that's a big value that you have.
Yeah, we wanted to eliminate dead stock, and which is why, so for one of these, we also use a lot of materials that the vendors have not used for a long period of time, especially for embroidery. And it also helps us not not get our resources stuck, since we're a small brand, resources stuck in inventory. And also natural, all of our pieces are natural dyed.
No, yeah, exactly. We only use natural dyes from, we collect, we work with a women collective. We collect the flowers from the temples, and we use those flowers to do the dyes. No, I just want to go back a little bit to tell the story of, so every collection having to do with, ecology. So we started with the fact that the monsoon winds are completely
changing because of
climate change. So that's the satellite map of the monsoon winds, and we've embroidered the exact mapping of the winds on this silk organza, dress.
And the fabric was of the dress was also naturally dyed by a woman collective in Kerala.
And how are your customers conscious of all the things, all the ideas that try to pass to them? How do you make them conscious of all that?
We talk to them.
Is it the way you explain it to them directly, or how do you communicate with those values?
So most often because our customers are in connection with us, so we talk to them about, the first thing is, of course, the garment. They have to be attracted to the garment. The garment has to be aesthetically pleasing. And then when they talk to us about it, that they inquire, we tell them the story of the fiber to the materials that we've used to the dyeing, and of course the story of the garment itself. And like here, we also tell them, I wanted to start a brand which was about ecology, and what's the best way to do it than follow this rhythm of nature. And so this is from a collective that we work with, and they collect flowers from the temples, and it's a woman collective, and they believe that the blessings from the flowers are transmitted onto the fabric, and which is something that we believe is transmitted to our wearers. So this is also a story that we share with all of our customers.
I will speak a little bit French with Jean-Sébastien. I know that you understand. Jean-Sébastien, vous êtes un homme d'affaires français, vous découvrez cette marque. Qu'est-ce qui vous donne envie d'y aller? Qu'est-ce qui vous donne envie de vous dire, mais en fait, l'écologie, ça va être quelque chose d'intéressant, de vertueux et de profitable?
D'abord, je suis d'une certaine manière moins un homme d'affaires que son homme, bien que je sois directeur de cette marque. Mais moi, j'étais journaliste, j'étais directeur adjoint de la rédaction de Madame Figaro, mais j'ai tout de suite, c'est étrange comment on rencontre les gens tout de suite, sans connaître son âme. Nous sommes devenus les meilleurs amis du monde, et j'ai tout de suite cru à son talent, j'ai un caractère obsessionnel, et j'ai reconnu cette obsession en son âme, et je pensais que toutes ces idées, qui vraiment, c'est le mot d'aujourd'hui, qui m'ont enchanté, hein, parce que qu'est-ce qu'on recherche, nous, dans le monde? C'est la magie. La magie, qu'est-ce qui nous unit les uns aux autres sans qu'on le voit? C'est toujours cette magie. Or, qu'est-ce qu'on essaie de créer avec chaque collection? Ce sens incroyable de la magie. Vous portez le vent de la mousson sur vous, vous verrez après les gens avec lesquels on travaille, on va dans l'Himalaya pour chercher la laine des nomades, des bergers nomades. C'est pas du tout un commerce qu'ils font. Avant, cette laine était jetée. Nous la rachetons, nous travaillons avec eux. Donc ce sont toutes ces histoires vraiment qui nous portent, qui nous enchantent, qui donnent un sens à l'existence. Voilà. Et on veut que les gens, évidemment, portent nos vêtements, mais vous savez, comme John Didion a dit, on se raconte des histoires pour vivre. Et nous, c'est ce que nous essayons de faire, de raconter des histoires pour nous aider à vivre, pour aider les femmes qui portent nos vêtements à vivre également, à apporter un certain enchantement dans leur vie.
Alors oui, justement, raconter, to tell stories, but also to link humans, to create relationships. Is that luxury to you?
That's the basis of luxury for me. Because human connection, luxury connects me to feeling good, to feeling joy, and we feel that when we are with people, when we have a good relationship and we have good connections, and emotionally, when we feel good in our body, in our hearts, and I think that's the basis of luxury for me. And one of the things that is also important, again, when you talk about connection to people, is that each of my pieces is signed by the names of its makers, because I didn't want the customers to be connected only to me, but also to the people who are making them, so they know how many people have made this garment. For example, there's one, it's also mentioned here.
Yeah.
So
you know there are 5 people, for instance, who made this shirt for a French Parisian jewelry maker.
That's
there were
very
45
important.
names on her dress.
On her dress, yeah.
That's really haute couture in a way.
Yeah, we don't want to be a couture. We want people to wear.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, here it's 40 days of embroidery. So we started with this. This is Hiroshi Sugimoto's photography, a seascape, and then we. This is what we did from there. Don't worry.
Jean-Sébastien and Sonam, I want to thank you. Do you know what Sonam means in French?
Not in
Her
French.
soul.
Yes. Ah.
That's the translation.
But I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, last thing, you know, this is, for instance, we got the recording of a bird at the British Library, and so you're carrying the embroidery, the song of a bird as you walk around. This is
it's beautiful.
Embroidered. That's the song of a bird that no longer exists.
A great idea, beautiful. Thank you so much
for
coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.